In this video, I want to tell you about 2 late-game farming loops for unlimited money and XP in Cyberpunk 2077. These are for players that have already gone down the Voodoo Boys quest line in Act 2 and completed the transmission mission. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Cyberpunk 2077. XP farming is still viable after the transmission mission, where most of the animals and most of the Voodoo Boys gang members will disappear, but the spawns of the Scavengers gang members, the kind of Russian-looking gang members who are not super strong, with green stuff over their faces, those gang members will continue to spawn and actually spawn more regularly after the transmission mission. So you can start from Westwind Estates and make a loop behind the clothing store all the way up to the Grand Imperial Mall fast travel and back down, and they'll continually respawn. But the spawns of gang members that included the Voodoo Boys and the animals will generally not be there after you have gone down the I Walk the Line quest line and have completed the transmission mission. So while it is totally viable, another possibility is for you to do the Valentino loop. So there's Valentino Alley to El Coyote Bar. Also has many Valentino gang members, which typically give a little bit more XP because they're higher level. But I recommend that you're like level 25 and probably have a weapon that is approximately 1,000 DPS to do that loop. For both these, the Sandevistan or the Berserker are probably better than using the Ram deck. The Berserker is kind of a tank build that increases your damage and armor, and the Sandevistan slows time. So check out my 3-second cooldown Sandevistan build, which you can totally do with a character in their mid-20s in attribute level. So what you're going to be trying to do for this is for the Valentino loop, you're going to want to go between El Coyote Bar and Valentino Alley and use the alley type areas, not the main streets, which will typically not have many gang members to get XP off of, and then just kill the gang members, all the gang members that you can find. Now, if you do not loot, which I don't recommend really looting at this point, you probably should have taken advantage of the duplication glitches by this point and have tons of money. And since these are not assaults in progress, which give you crafting specs, which I do recommend you loot everything in, or gigs, which I recommend you loot everything in. For this farming loop, probably it's not even worth it, but you can loot everything, and leaving the stuff on the ground is gives you a good indication of how fast the respawns are happening. What you want to do with these XP farming strategies is you want to make sure that you're using weapons that will give you XP for one of the 12 skill categories. So such as handguns, assault, underbody, annihilation, right? And look at the weapons that'll actually give you XP under those areas. And as you level up in those areas, or blades, you are going to get perk points and also stat rewards as you level up. So you want to make sure that you're not just getting the blue attribute points, and even if you're level 50 as this character is still getting XP from these different categories. If you have a lot of attribute points in cool, you can typically get either cold blood or ninjutsu while you're getting XP for possibly the blue attribute points, possibly for street cred, and also while you're getting skill points for things like assault and blades and engineering. So, the more things that you are not totally leveled up on, the more XP of different kinds that you're going to get when you're doing these loops. Now, I recommend that you probably would want to do the trophies for all the different regions before this, because they give so many crafting specs and other rewards, including money rewards and iconic items when you do all the gigs in an area. After you've leveled up to 50 street cred, see my other video about doing that in Pacifica. But I've done that, and I still have a lot of categories within attributes that I spect a lot of points in that are not totally leveled up. And so this is more to kind of build the skill points within these 5 sub-attributes, such as technical ability, which I need a lot of engineering to level up in reflexes, which I need blades, handguns, and assault to level up in. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Cyberpunk 2077.
What was that?